What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be continuing our journey down the road to Mythic. And we'll probably go ahead and take out the Choop. We haven't used our font for anything else thus far, so going on to a different color. I think it's Bant or Bont next. So yeah, that'll be fun, and we'll be playing that from Gold Tier 3 to Gold Tier 2. So to go ahead and give you guys a little heads up, or give all y'all a heads up, I did grind up to Gold Tier 4 of right here before being in Gold Tier 3. Now I didn't do it with Abzan because that was getting a little bit annoying, a little bit old. So I figured I would grind us all the way up to the last victory, and then I would use an Abzan deck to sort of cross the finish line. So the deck that we're going to be playing today is a Font of Abzan deck. Basically, we've been taking Font of Agonies and running it through with Arguel's, Arguel's? I think it's Arguel's, Bloodfest. So yeah, super awesome combo, and one that I honestly wouldn't have thought of, but I unlocked Font of Agonies sometime yesterday, and I was like, you know what, that could be a really fun play around card. So yeah, we're gonna hop right into the deck tech or the deck breakdown, and then we'll get right into the game. So kicking us off, we do have 3 copies of Ajani's Welcome. Now this is to help us sort of amend all of that health we're going to be losing to make Font of Agonies work. So obviously, you know, if you're paying a whole lot of life, you're going to be needing to gain a whole lot of life. Otherwise, you're just going to die. So moving us down, we have 4 copies of Hunted Witness. Excellent card to sacrifice. Excellent defender early. It's a great 1-drop. All around solid. So moving down, we have 3 copies of Legion's Landing, which works in twofold with this deck. One, you get the cheap Vampire, yes, which is great. Also, it's a life linker. Again, helps you replenish the health that you're going to be spending on Font. And Arguel's Bloodfest. Furthermore, once you flip it, you have a Vampire generator constantly, so it's sort of its own win con for 1 mana. You can't really beat it. Then wrapping up our, oh no, I'm sorry, we also have Shaper Sanctuary. Okay, so moving down, we have 3 copies of Font of Agonies, sort of the workaround, the build around for this deck. So whenever you pay life, put that many blood counters on Font of Agonies. Then you may pay 2 mana, 1 colorless, 1 black mana. Remove 4 blood counters from Font of Agonies, destroy target creatures. So essentially every time you pay life, say we pay 2 for a shock land, then Font of Agonies is going to have 2 counters on it. If we pay 2 more life for another shock land, then it'll have 4 counters, and then we may pay the 2 mana and destroy a target creature. So essentially we just have to end up paying 4 life in general, whether it be 4 at once or 4 spread out, and then Font of Agonies will be able to be procced. So, and 2 mana to destroy target creature, that's pretty good, right? It's like a reduced murder. So yeah, moving on to our final 1-drop, we have Shaper Sanctuary. Obviously, people are going to be targeting our creatures for whatever reason, whether to remove them or exile them, whatever it may be. So Shapers helps us get a little bit of card draw off that. Moving right down, we have 4 copies of Adanto Vanguard, a super aggressive unit that's very difficult to kill, as well as being a great outlet for Font of Agonies. Since you need 4 blood counters, right? Adanto Vanguard sort of plays perfectly into that. You can pay 4 life for Adanto Vanguard, and this unit gains indestructible until end of turn. And as long as it's attacking, it gets +2/+0. So, really, really solid card. As soon as you pay the 4 life, you're going to be able to destroy whatever you want with Font of Agonies. So, it just sort of lines up perfectly. Then we have our Arguel's Bloodfest. Comes down as a legendary enchantment for 2 mana. You may pay 2 mana and pay 2 life and draw a card, which is pretty good, right? Considering you only have to pay 4 life in order to destroy something with Font of Agony. So you pay 4 life total, lose 4 life total, draw 2 cards total, and destroy a creature. That's not bad for 4 mana, right? Draw 2 cards, destroy a creature for 4 mana. Not bad. Or 6 mana, actually, is what it would be. Still not bad, though. And then furthermore, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 5 or less life, you can transform Arguel's Bloodfast into the Temple of some word that I can't even happen to pronounce. Nonetheless, you can transform it into a legendary land, tap and add 1 black mana, or tap it and sacrifice a creature. You gain life equal to the sacrificed creature's toughness. So You also don't have to pay any mana for that second ability, so really, really awesome. Then we have Dusk Legion Zealot. When Dusk Legion Zealot enters the battlefield, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. So you're just going to be gaining 1 essentially for Font of Agonies, but still you draw a card along with it, and it's a very easy unit to, you know, throw in if you just need 3 attackers for Legion's Landing, or to sacrifice out if you need final payment. Just a good, cheap general card that works well in the deck. Moving us down, we have 4 copies, of Final Payment, which again works pretty excellent in the deck. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you can either pay 5 life, which is immediately going to make your Font of Agonies go up, you know, to 5 counters. So essentially you're getting 2 creature destroys off of this 2 mana card, or you can sacrifice creature or enchantment if you don't have the 5 life to sacrifice. So yeah. Then we move on down to 2 copies of Finality. This works as a twofold. One, obviously we're going to be playing a whole lot of lower creatures that we're probably going to be getting rid of very easily. Find helps us get some of those back. Say we need a Ruin Raider or an Ochran Assassin or a Knight of Autumn or a Tristani Discordant, whatever it may be that we need back in our hand to help us close out the game. Find will help us. But on the flip side, Finality for 6 mana, we can board wipe plus make one of our units pretty fucking strong. So, you know, it's got a bit of a trade-off, but it is I'm sorry, not a bit of a trade-off. It's got a bit of a flexibility to it that's really good for the deck. Moving down, we have 2 copies of Ruin Raider. At the beginning of your end step, if you attacked with a creature this turn, reveal the top card of your library, put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to that card's converted mana cost. So again, another stacker for Font of Agonies, and it's actually a pretty good one. Get you extra card draw at the beginning or at the end of each of your turns, as well as proccing font. Then we have 2 copies of Ochran Assassin. Death Touch. All creatures able to block Ochran Assassin do so. So this sort of makes your opponent either A, attack wildly because they don't want to have any of their creatures defending for Ochran Assassin to be blocked against, if that makes sense. Or B, you just get the effect of her, which is essentially kill 1 creature of any choice from your opponent. Because she only does 1 damage, so unless you buff her in some way, shape, or form, which I don't know if you can with this deck. I'm not seeing. Maybe with Tristani Discordant and yeah, actually I don't know. Maybe just with the Tristani Discordant. So yeah, Ochran Assassin, just an okay card, but we only have 2 copies, so that's okay. Then moving us down, we have 2 copies of Knight of Autumn to deal with any annoying artifacts or enchantments. We can also gain 4 life, which is excellent considering we're going to be paying so much life for so much stuff. And then to round out the deck, we have 2 copies of Tristani Discordant, giving all of our units +1/+1, as well as creating 2 1/1 white soldier tokens with lifelink. So that's going to be our deck, or our deck tech, and yeah, we're going to hop right into the games. Alrighty, here we are up against Mr. Alec 8. Mr. Alec 8. Hopefully we can pull out a victory and make this an easy climb into Gold Tier 3. If not, I will go ahead and finish out Gold Tier 4 with the Bono White deck that I used to sort of grind through rank. Because let's be real, 3 times of playing the same color scheme on a color challenge, not that interesting. So we're gonna try and breeze past this this problem we have here. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and pay the 2 life here, even though Font of Agonies doesn't get activated off of it, which I really wish it did. This way we can go ahead and get down the Ajani's Welcome this turn, Legion's Landing next turn. Yeah, and we do want to go ahead and play the Temple Garden also, because we don't have anything for 2 mana to play this turn. So we're really looking for some black mana so we can get the Font of Agonies down and get this steam rolling. They have a shock. I'm guessing we're up against mono red, but could be wrong. Come on, you know you want to shock it. Oh, Sheevan Fire. Okay, so then it's probably not mono red, right, with Sheevan Fire? No, yep. Alright, so there's another copy of Font of Agonies. Unfortunately, not going to do us too much good here. We're going to throw down Knight of Autumn and just give her the counters, so that way she's a solid attacker come next turn. But yeah, we're really looking for that that black mana, or an Arguel's Bloodfast would be nice if we could get some black mana, because then we could start proccing Font of Agonies. So, Gruul Spellbreaker coming down. Still no mana to cast Final Payment, so we can't really do anything here. We just have to kick it back to him. You gotta love getting mana screwed, right? Alright, we can't defend that. We know 100% they probably have a buff of some shape or form like Colossus. So yeah, we can't really afford to defend. Another Spellbreaker. Cool. And still no mana. You know what's crazy about that is I'm playing 24 lands, so it's like every time I come to ranked, the MTG Arena draw is just so screwed. And the funny thing is in standard it seems to work fine. Like in normal play, non-ranked, seems to work fine. Then you come here and it's like, what? Does this make sense? I have 4 of these in the deck and literally 1 of these, and draw 2 of these back to back and 1 of these. 0 black mana for 3, 4, 5, 7, for what, 3 turns? There we go. There we go. I think we still lose here though, right? There's no way for us to bring this back. Alrighty, well, we'll throw down a GG. So close, yet so far away from our victory. And by so close, I mean nowhere near it. We were a mile down the road from this victory. We definitely needed some better draws and all that whatnot. So we'll go down to gold tier 4 with 2 victories in our way. Maybe we can pick up those 2 victories in these last 2 games here. We'll have to see. Alrighty, and here we are up against T, like a whole set, a whole T set. All right, this is a much better start. So probably go Guildgate first so we can get down Font of Agonies ASAP. Then we can start playing things like Final Payment, pay 5 life, build up Font, all that lovely stuff. So we'll play down Font, then we'll pay the 2, so we go ahead and start building it up a little bit. And I think we'll go ahead and play the Legion's Landing actually, so we can start gaining life, potentially, if our opponent doesn't have a creature come next turn, obviously. If they do, we probably won't just throw our vampire to the face of it. Well, never mind, it is Glowspore Shaman, so I'm perfectly fine with throwing our vampire at the face of that, so. And another Legion's Landing isn't terrible. So we could go ahead and Final Payment here, pay 5 life, and go ahead and get Font of Agonies up to 7. We'd also be at 13 health. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what they do here. Okay. Well, let's still keep Final Payment at instant speed. Let's just have it ready for him. Okay, so our opponent's definitely in Golgari full on. Alright, so then let's pay the 5 life here, and we'll destroy the creature before Journey to what is this? Journey to Eternity even lands on him. Another Font of Agonies. I actually am gonna play it. And I'm gonna go ahead and play this Legion's Landing so we can have the 3 creatures to attack with come time. And then we'll just go all attack. And we are gonna play our last card, which is a land, just in case we need to activate Font of Agonies on their turn. We can very easily. So say they spawn up a creature here. Stitcher Supplier, well, probably not gonna get our Font of Agonies charges, let's just be real. Creeping Chill is going to help him out a lot here. Let's see if they go for another play. Cast down. Okay, but that's going to make things a bit more difficult. Alrighty. So we do have Ruin Raider here. And I think we don't attack. Well, wrong. Let's attack with 100 Witness. This way, either way, if they block them or not, we'll still have the 3 units come next turn. Also, we get the proc from Ruin Raider, draw some cards, activate Font of Agonies, all of the good stuff. That's actually really bad for us, the fact that they found a second copy of Creeping Chill, because that's going to put us really low. Ajani's welcome. Oh, and you know what I just noticed? Apparently, since you don't pay for Ruin Raider, it actually doesn't work with Font of Agonies. Well, that's a huge mistake. Okay, well, now they're just going to remove my Ajani's welcome from hand. Fair play. Yeah, wow. So Ruin Raider doesn't actually work with Font of Agonies, in case any of y'all were wondering. I feel a little retarded, not gonna lie. That's okay. We'll go ahead and swing in with all of our creatures here. Transform our Adanto finally, and get in some sweet damages. Not quite a reason to find Finality quite yet. So we'll throw down the Ajani's welcome, and in our turn we can always spawn up another vampire come the end of their turn. So Eldest Reborn, sure. Which one do we want to sacrifice? Well, Ruin Raider is still drawing us cards, so let's sacrifice one of our tokens. And again, this can only destroy creatures, so we can't get rid of the Eldest with it. However, whatever they decide to bring back with Eldest Reborn, we should be able to Finality it. Yeah, they don't have anything too great in their graveyard yet. We don't have anything in our graveyard yet. Although they are going to make us discard a card come next turn. So what I'm thinking about doing, actually, we'll swing all in here. Oh, you know what? Ruin Raider's still not strong enough. So we're just going to have to discard the Finality, the Fine Finality. No, that's a bit rough, but okay. And we got a Godless Shrine. Well, it is at least more procs of Font of Agonies for us. So let's discard the Godless Shrine. Keep Fine Finality. Ravenous Choop's coming down. Probably going to take out the Ruin Raider. Yeah. And we'll probably go ahead and take out the Choop. We haven't used our font for anything else thus far, so... And now, of course, they can get the Choop back, like right back. We'll pay the 2 life, so that way our Font of Agonies get built back up. We have enough to do with what we wish. And we'll go ahead and swing in with our vampires. Again, we're going to wait until their turn to spawn up another one, just in case we end up needing the mana, which... Fine Finality is a sorcery speed spell, so probably won't be. I'm assuming they're gonna get the Choop back, but you never know. Stitcher Supplier, of all the... Why not at least get back Glowspore, right? It just doesn't make sense, because Glowspore at least has more effect to her, doesn't she? I don't know. Just seems like an odd card to get back with Eldest Reborn. There's Journey to Eternity. Alright, so we're going to cast our font, take out the Stitcher Supplier, and waste their Journey to Eternity. And the other copy of Journey to Eternity we just saw went into the graveyard. So there's already 3 Journey to Eternities in the graveyard, which is fantastic. Pass to attackers, pass into combat, and we will spawn up another vampire. Get the life from it. We can get back Ruin Raider here if we want to. Question is, do we want to though? Let's go ahead and all attack. Swing all in. And our opponent T is just going to scoop it up, so Font of Abzan picking us up 1 victory at least. Now we'll just need to believe to see if this game 3 can be the tiebreaker, if I can finally make it out of gold tier 4 using Abzan. So open the pack, because I know y'all would have been very angry had I not. But yeah, we'll go and hop into a game 3 here. Kutsudama Katsudama, I believe, is going to be our next opponent. We will keep this hand. It's not the world's greatest, but it's also not the world's worst, so that's I guess that says something. Really would like to see a Font of Agonies instead of that second final payment, if I'm just being completely honest right now. So let's go ahead and get the Godless Shrine down, pay 2 life, and let's just go with the Dusk Legion Zealot. Which also, I guess, I don't know if actually Dusk Legion Zealot procs font, since you're not technically paying the life, right? Gotta say, I'm actually very confused. I'm not sure what cards work with Font of Agonies anymore. Nonetheless, there is a Font of Agonies, so hallelujah, let's play it. Then we're probably fine to go with Isolated Chapel, and if we want to just pay the 5 life and go ahead and get Font of Agonies rolling, that's probably fine. Or we can just get the Adanto Vanguard down, and then we can defend one of the creatures come next turn, pay the 4 life. Probably use the Dusk Legion Zealot alongside the Adanto Vanguard to block out one of the lava runners. And then we'll have Font. Ooh, well, that's going to be rough. We'll still go ahead and pay the 4 life here. Font will get its 4 counters, and our Vanguard will at least be able to block. We won't be able to kill anything, but I guess that's okay. So yeah, we will pass the blockers. Thankfully I didn't click Adanto Vanguard again, otherwise it would have made me pay 4 more life, which could have actually been very detrimental to us. So now we can just pay 2 and destroy the Goblin Chain Whirler, which I think we're definitely going to. And we can't really swing in, so we can use Final Payment come next turn and build our Font of Agonies back up. Which seems a bit risky, yes, but who doesn't enjoy a little risk here and there, right? Especially since this could be Rakdos Burn, so dealing ourselves... Ooh. Yeah, dealing ourselves all this damage could be very, very detrimental. Light up the stage, okay. Pass to attackers. Pass to blockers. This is going to be very stressful. Well, technically we could also just sacrifice Adanto, since Adanto is going to die here anyways, because we won't have the life to pay. But this way we can at least destroy the other Gintu come next turn, so... We're down to 2 life. Let's hope they don't have a shock. And 0... Wow. We just got flooded. So game 3, you know, opposite of game 1. Oops, that's my alarm saying, hey, Chance, get up. So yeah, game 3, opposite of game 1, we get flooded instead of screwed. But you know, that is a pretty good testament to the land draw right now in MTG Arena. It's one way or the other. Rarely ever is it in between and exactly what you want. So we'll go and use Font of Agonies and try and survive one more turn, but there comes the Valshino, so it's over. Unfortunately, Font of Abzan, well, 2 things. One, Font of Agonies doesn't actually work the way that I thought it did, which is very, very unfortunate. Furthermore, we definitely got screwed in game 1 and game 3, which feels like how most of these Abzan decks have gone. But it is what it is. And so for our next road to Mythic, or for the stream tonight, if there is one, I'm gonna be basically going on to a different color. I think it's Bant or Bont next. So yeah, that'll be fun, and we'll be playing that from Gold Tier 3 to Gold Tier 2. But obviously Abzan was a bust. Either I don't have the right cards, maybe I'm not building the right deck, whatever it is, you know, we will lay it to rest, as they say. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this Font of Agonies deck. Even though we had a bit of a hiccup here and there, it was still extremely fun for me to play. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It is, you know, a little button or something should be down there in this little section. Also, if you have a comment for any suggestions on this deck, future decks, past decks, be sure to leave them down there. If you want to shoot the shit, y'all know I'm all all game for that as well. So, as always, I'll either see y'all later tonight or tomorrow. Peace.